If you've ever thought to ask, who am I to call myself a writer? This video is for you. Hello, Shadi here. I am just a Black novelist in Japan, and I'm here to help you write your heart's content. Yay! Okay, you can pick your poison and watch along, or just use me as background noise. Either is okay, but before we get into this, I just have to check. Did you do your homework? Did you practice show, don't tell? If so, please comment it down below in this video or the previous video. I think it's okay. We're very easygoing on this channel. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can check the video here. Please tell me I'm pointing at the right spot. I really don't know if I am. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into it.
久しぶりですね。
久しぶり。元気だった？
元気ですか？
めっちゃ元気だった。
いいのこと
あったよ。
お、
ありました。実は、この間宝くじ買ったら100万円当たったの。
本当に？
ほんまに。
じゃあ
内緒ね。内緒だよ。
何します？
100万円あるから家族と一緒にハワイ旅行に行こうと思って。2週間。
すごい。
ありがとう。そうだから来月は仕事休むんだ。
maybe 今新しい仕事を
そう始めたばっかりだけど、でも旅行したいからするの。したい時にするの。そう聞いて、めっちゃいいことあって、実は先週5年付き合ってた彼氏からプロポーズされて、今度の春結婚することになりました。イエーイ！ありがとう。そうやっとプロポーズしてくれて、しかも結婚式ハワイでする予定だから、ぜひ招待するから来てください。
もちろん。
そうで、あと今新居、新しい家も探してて2人で住むのに、で彼が海の近くがいいって言うから、今海辺の大きな家を
この人でいいのかな？
そうで、大きいワンちゃんもいてるから、彼と私とワンちゃん3人で暮らす予定だから、もし家できたら家にも遊びに来てね。
もちろん。
そうだから今すごい楽しみ。忙しいけどすごく幸せで充実してるかな。であとね、仕事もすごい順調で、3ヶ月前にネイルのお店オープンして、でそこからすぐにすごいたくさん来てくれるようになって、で一度来たお客さんもまた次も予約しますって言ってくれて、もう仕事もめちゃめちゃ恵まれてるから、すごいやりがいもあるし、めっちゃ楽しいなって思ってるよ。あなたはどう？
私のこと？
これがあなたの人生ですか？知りません？
大変そうやけど大丈夫？辛そう。でも今はしんどいかもしれへんけど、絶対そのうちいいことあるし、いいように向かっていくと思うから、諦めんと頑張ってな。応援してる。
Today's topic is, if you don't know this mask, can you kind of hint? Can you kind of give them? Okay. Today's topic is imposter syndrome. Miriam. Thank you. So, as defined by Miss Merriam-Webster, imposter syndrome is defined as a psychological condition that is characterized by persistent doubt concerning one's abilities or accomplishments, accompanied by the fear of being exposed as a fraud despite evidence of one's ongoing success. All right, please raise your hand if anyone in the class has ever experienced imposter syndrome. This can take all kinds of shapes and forms, but for writers, it can look something like your ideas don't seem to be original, you're thinking that your own success is a fluke, maybe you're comparing yourself to other writers or viral writers or people that you see in your own circle, honestly, or in life, maybe you're just feeling like you're left behind or not good enough. But that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help. I'm here to give you tips on why, first of all, you shouldn't feel that way, and second of all, what you can do to kind of help remedy that. But I forgot, I should raise my hand because I felt like that all the time before. So Specifically, I'm going to talk about when I felt like an imposter as a writer. When have I not since I started writing? Oh, sorry about that. That's so rude. I'm so sorry. You know, I feel like writing in general, I've just always kind of felt like an imposter. Like my work is never good enough. Again, I mentioned in previous videos like 100 times, my background is in fan fictions. Fan fictions are one thing because you can write complete garbage and shit and people will still like, oh, you know, at least you're writing, you know, that's pretty good. I'm like curious if these characters were put in a scenario like this unique situation, you know? But for me, it's kind of like, especially with going to university, it just felt like I was not up to par with the students that I was in the class with. And keep in mind, we were like a mixed class because how the master's class runs, you can take the classes at different levels. So, and we're all from like around the world in this particular class technically. So I would say most of the time through university, especially in writing and having to read other people's works, I felt strong imposter syndrome. Like, why is my work even, like, how did I get into this university? Why are people like saying these kind things when I don't even think these kind things about myself or my writing, you know? Like, it's kind of like that. And, you know, I just graduated from, I say just, but I just graduated technically December 2024. And now I'm working on this journey of publishing my novel. Like, I'm already signed with a publishing company and everything. So the imposter syndrome certainly does flare up. I will say it has calmed down significantly, especially since I have been, you know, no one has really seen my work outside of the publishing company, and I haven't been through beta readers yet for my writing, so it is very much so subject to change, but I know just how critical and harsh I am of myself, so, you know, I'm just taking it day by day. So for me, it's not like I really thought I was bad at writing, but it just felt like everyone else was better, and sometimes I didn't feel like I deserved to call myself a writer despite actually writing the novel. But all of that is just to say, I honestly feel like it's odd if you don't feel imposter syndrome at some point in life in one way or another. So it's natural, but again, I'm here to help. So I wrote a couple of things. I just want to make sure I hit every point. So I'm sorry if I'm looking at my laptop too much, but I want to say that on this journey, you're definitely going to think things like, oh, you know, I don't feel like a real writer until I actually write, or until I get the novel out, or until I get published, or until my book is in bookstores, or there are so many things you're going to think that will contribute to you feeling like an imposter. But I'm here to tell you that, you know, you're kind of wrong. A fun fact to mention is that, okay, it's not fun, and I hate to break it to you, but, you know, imposter syndrome never really goes away. Of course, you can build up your confidence and your self-concept and your identity, and that'll make it reduce. But, you know, no matter how successful you get, like even the most successful people feel imposter syndrome. And like I said, that's natural. That's natural. It doesn't necessarily go away, but you can learn how to shift how you view it and how you deal with it. So the main important thing that I want to say right now is, first things first, you are not alone. I'm clearly an example because I'm relating to you. I'm telling you about my own situations with imposter syndrome. So I think first and foremost, it needs to be said, you are not alone. However, while you are not alone, what you are is a statistic, okay? So just to list off a few statistics, studies suggest that around 70% of people experience imposter syndrome at some point in their lives. Research also describes imposter syndrome as a psychological experience often found among high-achieving people, aka people who can't internalize their success even when evidence shows they've earned it. One reason why writers specifically feel imposter syndrome is because our work is very subjective. We constantly need to, or we don't need to, but we constantly compare to other writers when honestly, you only need to compare yourself to your, like, the past version of yourself. That's what I do to kind of feel better about it. I don't compare myself to other writers anymore. like I had to learn this the hard way in university. There's one specific, let me list off the points before I talk about that guy. But compare yourself to your past work and you'll feel really good inside, because no matter what, you're learning new vocabulary every day. We already have the word of the day somewhere in the video, but you're learning new things every day, and it contributes to you being better than your past self, like even 2 seconds ago. So there's no clear arrival point of when you make it or when you're best, or like there's no escaping the subjectivity of it all. Okay. And now to the last statistic. Another study looking at creative professionals found that around 87% of creatives reported feeling imposter syndrome or having imposter feelings, which makes sense because, again, creative work is highly subjective and personal. As I said, you're not alone. Part of a statistic. And again, just think of like your favorite celebrity for like creative work, like music or acting or anything you can think of. They have definitely felt imposter syndrome at some point, especially since they're on set. If it's like an actor, they're on set around other actors where they need to be up to par in order for things to be okay. Singers, they're constantly around other singers most of the time. Like that's how you learn, if you think about it. So if you think about it, why would we be any different from celebrities that in most of our minds have technically made it, you know? So for me, while there are times where imposter syndrome has reared its ugly head and has made me doubt myself, just as much I feel now with how I am and how I think, and just my perspective on life as a whole, I feel like I've really reduced how I feel about imposter syndrome, and that's why I really wanted to give you these tips today. So hopefully, I really hope they help. I hope they help and make you feel a little bitter. Oh my God, I'm sorry, not bitter, better about yourself and your writing, okay? So here is what I have done to help reduce my imposter syndrome in these 5 tips. Oh, wait. Before I go into that, I do want to talk about the guy I was talking about just a second ago. I'm just going to call him D for this video. But I remember during my first semester and first year, I had a few classes with him. And I think even in my second year of getting my master's, I had classes with him. But his wording was, oh, this man could write. This man was so good at writing. Like, I would just read his stuff that he would post, and I would think, wow, like, we're in the same class. Like, you write so vividly, so beautifully. It's like he was painting a picture on a blank canvas. And as a reader reading his work, I was like, my stars, my stripes. It's so good. Like, I can see what you're like trying to show me. I can feel what you're wanting me to feel. And like, I feel like every time I read his work, I always left a compliment. I feel like I had no critique for his work personally, just as someone that liked the way he wrote. So, you know, imagine being in a class. I think we were around the same age because, you know, like everyone of all different ages and lifetimes are in the same class. But I just remember being like, I hope I can write like that one day. Like, I know we're in the same class, but I remember a tip I actually mentioned in the previous video, I think, is something he told me, like, try to use your 5 senses when you're writing to improve, you know, and to really saturate the scene with detail to give the reader more ideas. But I just thought I would throw in that quick little tidbit. But anyways, onto my tips. Okay, tip number 1, stop thinking, why me? Start thinking, why not me? And I know you're probably like, what is this girl talking about? What I'm talking about is, you know, a lot of the times when something good happens to you or someone, they always think, why me? Like, why is this happening to me? What did I do to deserve this? Well, why not you? If you're watching this channel, you're probably freaking awesome. So why shouldn't you be able to write what you want? Why wouldn't your work be good? Why wouldn't you be able to publish your work? Like, I don't know, like, a lot of people have negative self-talk. I sometimes do too. Like, I always think of myself as a, what is the Paramore song? Like a optimistic pessimist. I think I'm a very like balanced person when it comes to optimism and pessimism. I hope I said that right. But thinking that way, I try to think more positively these days, at least. So please don't think, why not me? Think, why me? You deserve all of the wonderful and beautiful things this world has to offer. Similarly, the beauty that you offer in writing is something that you can show others. So try to change your self-talk a little bit to be more positive and think, why me? No, wait, don't do that. Think the opposite. Think, why not me? I'm sorry, I'm frazzled, but you know, that thinking like that and having more of a positive mindset has got me so far over the last year of writing, especially like writing my second novel. It's got me far. Number 2, be that ultimate hype girl or a boy or a dog or a cat or whatever you go by. Like, I feel like this really helped me too. It has, again, improved my self-concept. I think just improving your self-concept as a whole will do you wonders. But specifically, my friends know if they're ever having a bad day, they come to me, and I'm the ultimate hype girl. I will hype you up. I will make you feel like a goddess. You are so amazing. You're so beautiful. You're so lovely. Like, I love just spreading like positive words and making people feel good. So my friends know to come to me if I'm like if they ever have a problem. And similarly, me too. I go to them if I feel like down or if I need to be picked up or anything like that. So surrounding yourself specifically by the right people that will hype you up. I'm not saying like false hyping up, like if your work isn't like, if you're writing, no, Dr. Seuss is pretty good. If you're writing like, if your writing's not up to par, I hope someone would be honest with you, but that's what beta readers are for. I'm specifically talking about the hyper uppers, the hype girls. Case in point, right here. Okay, so just getting around the right people, that will help you with your imposter syndrome 1000%. And if you don't have that person, please don't worry. I will be that person for you. I'm here for you. How do you say it in Japanese? Anata no soba de iru. Me. I'm right here with you. I'm here to help you. Okay? Okay, or soba ni iru. Okay, point number 3. All right, let's be a little realistic with ourselves. Like all the points are virtually going to the same thing where it is about self-concept and all of that, but I want you to just think about your self-talk and how you talk to yourself. When you write something, are you thinking, oh, this is complete Dookie. I write Dookie. I'm like Dookie. Like you talk to yourself like you don't love yourself sometimes, which is natural, which is totally natural. Please, like, think about how you talk to yourself. Not you, I don't know, but some people just don't talk like they love themselves. Like, if it was your friend, you would never tell your friend, well, you know, let me not say that, because some of my friends, okay, your self-talk needs to improve. I'm not going to go down that road. You never talk to your friends, like, in a negative way. Don't do that to yourself. The more love and life you breathe into yourself with positive words, that's the more you're going to be able to be happier when it comes to writing and feeling enthusiastic, being able to just write in general. Like, I promise you, at least for this point, if you follow this point, it will greatly help you. Just trust me. Point number 4, that's super important. Keep going. Okay? Keep going. Do not ever stop writing. I do not care if you really do feel like Dookie. I do not care if you think your writing is Dookie. Ugh, I can't even say Dookie. That's how much I don't believe your writing is Dookie, even though I haven't read your writing. Okay? Even if it's just like a fraction of a percent, when you think about it, it's like one of the best things about writing is that as you write, you are adding one word to the page at least, right? So you can see the improvement, right? So you'll feel less like an imposter the more you invest in your craft and actually see the progress that you're making. Like, what I'm gonna do is link my fan fictions down below, because if you need a boost? Oh, I got you. This is a big boost for your confidence, because I have one fan fiction where I just deleted the summary box and just put, please don't read this. I only keep it up for memory. This was my first fan fiction ever, and it's just, again, for the memory. And someone literally commented, wow, you're right, this is like shit. Like, you can see it. The comment's still there, I think, but they're like, yeah, this is actually really bad writing. I was just like, I know. I wrote this when I was like, what, 14? I told you not to read it. But, you know, if I compare my fanfiction days to now, while it has been over 10, 15 plus years, I've come a long way. I kept going, and when I think about it in those terms, I just feel like less like an imposter in that way. So if you need the boost, check out the fanfictions below. And yeah, I mean, just keep going, you got this. I'm rooting for you. Whoop, whoop. Okay, let's move on to the next point. My final point is just have fun with it. Like, don't take life is not that serious. Do not take it too seriously, please. Writing, like, of course it's a very serious craft. Like, take your craft seriously, but not to a point where it's like negatively impacting your mental health or making you feel like less than. Don't do that. But to go into this point, I'm gonna not recite, but tell you guys a funny moment for me. So what was it, like literally like a week before recording this video, I was rereading through my second novel, For You, and I was rereading through a segment, and as you know, if I've talked about my writing style by the time this video comes up, I usually just kind of type to get it out, and then I go back and re-edit randomly, like a paragraph here and there, or if I feel like reading a certain part, I'll go back and re-edit that. But you know, I'm gonna put it on the screen probably here, or like the full screen, I don't know, but I just went through and let me show you guys, hold on. So just to make you feel a little bit better, this is part of my novel, like a small part of it, For You, and it's about, I think this is the scene where the main character is trying to complete her final job. And this is the way she's like thinking and talking. And keep in mind, this is very bad writing. I am not saying this is good writing. I'm just saying I was writing to get it out. And because I'm having fun and not taking it so seriously, this is what came. Another means for celebration was that I found a pretty good routine for myself. It was nothing but a matter of getting on a schedule. As much as I hated waking up early, not being able to move my body was much worse. I managed to get in a good morning run for the last few days before showering and being ready for work on time. Not to mention that it gave me a chance to really explore the grounds of the manor and check for any potential danger along the way. My charge had, oddly enough, also been on his best behavior. Hell, he hardly even looked in my direction these days, matter of fact. Give or take, he had been swamped with work as of recently, and our exchanges have been far and few between. I had yet to be alone with him over the last few days, which left little room for rude comments, snide remarks, and nitpicking on his end, especially since I was doing my job perfectly. It may or may not have to do with the fact that I put him onto honey and milk, and the fact that he's been requesting I make it every night, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, like, just reading that was a very poorly written paragraphs, because I'm gonna have to split it up, but very poorly written in my humble opinion. In my humble opinion, I don't know what the hell I just wrote. But as I was reading it, like the first time last week, I was just like, oof. You know, I just put on a funny, like a British accent. I was like, oh Lord, what is this? This is terribly written. Like, and then I laughed after. Like, I can, objectively speaking, think that what I wrote was dookie, but it made me laugh at the time. It's not so funny now, but I laughed and I had fun reading it, and I had fun putting on a British accent. So I try not to take myself too seriously, and I feel like now that I do that, I have a lot more fun doing anything and everything. Like, come on, I have a mask on my head. I was just in this. I couldn't find a cape at the store for this video, so I just bought a hairdresser thing, which I will use because I actually needed it. But I bought a hairdresser thing, and it looks nothing like a cape, which is why it is not featured in the video. But, you know, just don't take yourself too seriously. Like, please don't. If you are going to compare yourself to anyone, please compare yourself to me in like a downward comparison style to help you feel a little better. Like, if it helps, don't do upward comparison, always do downward comparison. So, you know, obviously I feel like what I just read to you and what I wrote doesn't feel like the work of a novelist, but you know, that's where editing and beta readers and all that comes into the mix. So again, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna have fun along the way. That's all right. And you should too. Okay. I want to show off the mask more since I'm wearing it. Isn't he cute? But now that I have given you a few techniques on how to feel better about writing, you know, try to hopefully reduce your imposter syndrome, I want to give out a little bit of homework. Okay? The homework for this week is to make an evidence page. You'll actually have two options. So option A, make an evidence page where you can write evidence that I am not a writing fraud. And then, you know, only list things that are factually true. Do not list any opinions or anything you like think that's not true. So like, don't like write, I have written one poem. Not I have written one good poem, just I've written a poem. Good. Like list that out objectively when it comes to your writing. You'll see you're not a fraud. You're a writer. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride. And also do not use language where it's like just or only or kind of. Just again, as I say, just. Okay. Just write it as it is. No limiting words. Okay. Option number 2. So you can do the title test where you write your title at the top of a page and then like when I say title, I mean writer, novelist, artist, whatever you are, whatever you're working on, write that at the top of the paper and then write your answer underneath it. So what do you personally think that someone with the title of a writer or a poet or a novelist should have? Okay, so write that all out on paper, just a list of every quality or something that you think a writer should have in order to be a writer. If for some reason you've written something that seems impossible or inhuman or just not reasonable, go ahead and cross that off. Cross that off, okay? Cross it off right now. All right, so I feel like this specific assignment for the second option is important because it helps you to get rid of impossible standards or fictional standards. Like some people are like, oh, a writer has to write every day or a writer has to have like 5 novels. Girl, if you don't, just get that out of your head. All right, so don't be afraid to comment your homework answers below. And yes, I will be checking. I always check. And I will also put my answers to the homework below too. I guess that's it for today's class, you know? You can check out my previous video here. Please tell me I'm putting out the right spot. I really don't know. For this, check the description box for any of the statistics that I used, or if you need to, I don't know, fact check, please fact check me. Anything is okay. Everything's okay. So in the description box, you will also catch my socials. You can see my life behind the scenes in Japan and everything I'm doing here on my Instagram. And then TikTok has, of course, all my stuff for you to see, life and writing stuff from this video here too. Then you can also check my Substack to get more detailed information and be a part of the community, or even my Medium. So I have lots of stuff, obviously, but you all get the point. So I guess that's basically it. You can catch my next video on, I think it's Wednesday. Yeah. My next video is where we will talk about the Japanese technique of, let me see if I can say it right in this go, Kisho Tenketsu. I don't know why that's so hard for me to say, but you can check out what Kisho Kentetsu is. And if you don't understand that Japanese word, I will explain it in the next video, okay? Okay, come on to the next class. Come on. You're welcome. Everyone's welcome. Come on. But, all right. Please stay happy, safe, healthy, and creative. And please always write to your heart's content. See you. My torso is really short. So when I sit, usually people are like sitting tall, but even when I stand tall, I'm still like. So like talk like this, like you're trying to tell me like about this and this and this. With your hands. Talk with your hands.
With your hands?
Yeah, like that.
聞いてってこと？難しいね。
Yeah. I think you normally talk with your hands.
Yeah. But when you say that, 万円って何？ミリオン？ミリオン？
この人のいい人かな。この人でいいのかな。この人のいいこの人でいいのかな。いいの。
最初から？
もう
もう一回何言ったらいい？ Like 2 weeks?
私は家族
Do you want to be my family? Yes. If you want. してるし。
ありがとう。重たい。
わからん正解が。
Maybe OK かな。